Hello and welcome back to another episode of TryCraft with me, Akoto Kusamoto. It is fantastic to have you all here. It is episode 25. And if you've been paying attention, I've posted a few different places where I had asked what you guys wanted for the episode. Because episode 25 is sort of a milestone, a quarter of 100, and we'll probably be doing something special every 25 episodes from here on out. But for this one, I put a poll onto Twitter and asked for your opinion. You spoke, and you said that you wanted to see a complete world tour of the TryCraft servers. This might be a little bit longer video than normal. I'm going to try to be as succinct as possible, but there's a lot of stuff to see. So let's get started right away with spawn. This is where everyone spawned at. This block right here is the world spawn for the TryCraft server. Now, as you may notice, it's in a desert, and even more fun than that is this desert goes on for about 1,000 blocks in that direction. It goes over that way, and it goes over a little bit over that way to some islands and things. But that's it. And there is literally no wood anywhere to be found at spawn. When Mama and Scousy and Gabi spawned in here to this world, they literally had to go take apart shipwrecks to get wood to do anything Minecrafty. So they had to get wood the really old-fashioned way by salvaging it. And then they were able to build the tools that they had from there. So the fact that they didn't just re-roll the seed as soon as they saw it, I think speaks volumes about who we're talking about here, as far as the stubbornness and stick-to-itiveness that the three of them had for this. We, of course, have the Nether Portal, which is a really cool design we've got there. And other things to note at spawn is the Iron Farm, which is in the shape of a giant iron golem, which I find really interesting, with a little tray. He's holding a little tray. That's where the golems spawn. They fall off into here and fall to their deaths, and we get iron out of it. Over there is the gold farm that was built by the three of them. That it's an overworld gold farm. Basically, it's a bunch of giant nether portals where pigmen come through. They fall to their deaths, and all the gold is collected down there. So that's what we've got for the main, some of the main things it's on. We have our shopping district. Now this is sort of a newer, I need to make some changes there. This is sort of a newer addition to this, is the shopping district, where we have some of these little kiosks that are going to be manned by villagers to make it look more real. We've got Mama's ice shop over here. We've got this really cool design for the lights here that I helped Mama with that I think is really cool. We've got my ice cream shop with Baraculus. Hi Baraculus, how's business? Not good, huh? Okay. And then we have Gabi's shop over there. He's still working on his. Who's claimed this one? Anyone? Ooh, Knox's Grind Store. Well, this is new. What's he got? Opening offer one. I grind for shulkers. Contact for quote. And then we have the dock, which I and Scousy and Gabi helped Mama with. And this dock is really cool looking. It looks like an old school, like Moroccan or Algerian style dock, where you've got, this is where the ships come in over here, and we've got the covered docking area here, which is really nice. I'm really happy with this. We needed to finish it off on this side, of course. This is still a work in progress. So that's what we've got on the outside of spawn. But then we have this giant pyramid in the back that Mama made, which took so much time and effort. And I love everything about this. I love the archways going in, the little, I guess you'd call them temples to the side you've got here. But then you go inside and you've got a lot of really cool stuff. So you've got all of our patron / subscriber halls. So we've got Mama over here. We've got Scousy in the middle. We've got a Pamster. Hi, Pamster. We've got Gabi's over here. And all of these kind of look a little bit like their bases. Like Gabi's is underwater and inside a little dome, which is very reminiscent of his base. Mama's is made of ice, of course, because why wouldn't it be? Because that's what she does here. And then Scousy's is very kind of Redstone centric with the 2x2 piston door, and it's just a very Scousy kind of design. So with all his patrons in his little hall here, and then you go across the way and you've got Knox's building, which is much more of a like beach house, which makes sense because that's what he's building on the server here, these little beach houses. Then we go into my area, which is a tent. It's sort of a barracks tent behind a camo netting wall, which I'm not sure if I'm happy with it or not. I might tear it down and make something else. Then there's more to see in here, because now you have these fantastic snakes. This is all done in a very Egyptian kind of look and feel. So we've got these giant snakes up here very reminiscent of the Egyptian snakes that you see to this day on medical personnel, the two double intertwined snakes. So I think that's very cool looking. You've got this little area over here that's sort of a getaway kind of little spot that's really cool looking that Mama made, that's just beautiful. I mean, this is just gorgeous. You got palm trees and stuff out here, which is very cool. And then over here in the corner, we have the mail area. This is where we get all of our mail to and from people on the server. So we go over here and we notice that we do have areas for everyone now. We just need to work on getting the redstone stuff put in here. So we've got Flash Rabbit, we've got Tired Pamster, we've got Knox, myself, of course, Gabi's upside down. We've got Mama Bear and Scouse Mouse. What's Mama Bear got in here? Oh, she's got her tricoin she's never picked up. And that is a secret room we don't go into. Mwahaha. That is effectively really the tour of the spawn area that we've got here that we're slowly but surely building onto and coming up with different new things to put in. So it's a really cool area. So let's go over to the Nether. We'll take a quick tour of the Nether, and it's going to be very quick. And then we're going to go to the first settlement that was ever made on the TryCraft server, and that is TryTown, or the first place they found wood. That's pretty much why it's the first settlement, is they didn't find any wood until they got there. So let's go jump through the Nether. And our Nether is absolutely a work in progress, because we don't want to do too much real hardcore work on it at this point, because we are going to be updating to 1.16 at some point soon. So we don't want to put a whole bunch of work into something that's just going to end up being reset. So the tunnels to our bases and things like that are being worked on, but for the most part, we're leaving it sort of au naturel until we get 1.16. We get everything. We sort of basically regenerate the Nether, except for certain places. So this was actually put in by Pamster. I think it's a fantastic idea. It keeps you from leaving boats in the Nether, which I had talked about. And we are going to go to TryTown, which is this direction. And welcome to TryTown. This is the first and only major settlement that is sort of group builds on the TryCraft server at the moment. So we have behind us here, let's go through the different things that are at the area. This is the trading hall. This is one of the first buildings that was constructed fully here in TryTown. And here we have all of our various different villagers that we use for trading. Have you ever really updated? No, you still got Smite, whatever. It's all the villagers we use for trading. So we have a couple of stonemasons, we have a couple of weaponsmiths, armor smiths, a few farmers, and a ton of librarians, giving us all the things that we need as far as enchanted books. So that is the trading hall, and that is where I spend a lot of my time when I'm in TryTown, is there, because I'm getting specific things. But then there are other buildings here as well. As far as the communal buildings go, well, first we have this fantastic fountain that was done by Mama. Most of the design touches here were from Mama, by the way. The bridges were ones that Mama worked on. But other people have built on to other things as well, myself included. This fountain is spectacular, and I love it. Over here we have the community enchanting area, which is just a very simple sort of enchanting room with a grindstone, a few other things. There's no anvil in here. I've never quite understood that. We do have a sort of an infinite water source over there, which I like the design of that. So we have our community enchanting area. And the rule in TryTown is that everything that's built here has to, aside from the trading hall, which I believe Gabi actually built the trading hall, has to include acacia. So that is one of the rules, is when you build a TryTown, you must include acacia in your build somehow. And that is for anyone who builds here, or whatever the different types of buildings that they are putting together. So when I built my house when I first came here, I needed to involve acacia, and that's one of the rules, is it has to have an acacia theme to it, sort of bringing everything in this area together. This is Mama's house, which is a very pretty place. Ate all your cake, so I brought 3. Pam. Well, that's no surprise. Mama's place was one of the first places to be built in TryTown. She's had a few damaged portions of her building due to raids and such. She had to steal one of her beds. So a lot of the stuff in TryTown you're going to find is a lot of early builds, but also builds where we come back to a lot to grab resources out of when we're lacking them elsewhere. Moving on, we have over here the road that goes to our skeleton and spider grinders that I built. And I actually did these lampposts, and the bridge was courtesy of some suggestions of my chat on a live stream, which was really cool. The idea that it's sort of this broken down bridge leading to an old, kind of decrepit looking house that was on the outskirts, with the headcanon being that was there when everyone showed up, and we just happened to find out that there were farms underneath it. There were spawners underneath it. So I built this little bridge to go out there to go to the skeleton and spider grinders. for everyone who is new here to use to get experience levels to do things like enchanting. Here we have our automated farms. We have an automated honey farm over here that gives you both honey bottles and honeycomb. It looks like we're out of bottles at the moment, but that's fine. Over here you have a carrot and pumpkin farm, villager powered. I believe this is an Avamance design, but it's... Hello? There we go. Okay, a little bit of lag. As you can see, it's very productive. It's a very efficient, productive farm. So we usually get carrots and potatoes from here to go trade with villagers for emeralds. So over here, you do have a villager breeder that is currently out of commission because we need to put another... The guy fell into the breeder himself rather than... Oh, hello. There's a ton down there. Wow. So the guy who was in charge of feeding all of the villagers has fallen in himself. So we need to fix that at some point soon here. But this is the villager breeder. It does go downstairs in this area to an actual breeding location where we can use a redstone minecart line to drag more villagers into the trading hub when and if we need more. Over here we have our passive sugarcane farm. This building is a cobblestone and stone generator, so this is also an Avamance design, where you can run in there and just mine out a bunch of stone and cobblestone if you need it. Here's our community AFK fish farm if you choose to use it. I don't, but for reasons I've already stated. This is Scouse house, and I like his house too. I think that Scousey may only call himself a good builder. I like his building style. And he is also very good at redstone, but I think his buildings, he doesn't give himself enough credit as a builder, because I really like the design he's gotten here. It feels like a very kind of medieval feel to it, but it's a really cool design, I think. And then down there's his mine. And all of the various different touches and areas that you need up here. No automated storage, but he does have that at his current house that we were going to be going and visiting a little bit later here. Oh, speaking of houses, we need to go sleep real fast. And continuing the tour is here is the spot where I chose to build my house, my little fishing hut on the river over here. And as you can see, I used a minimum of acacia because I just thought it would look better with some different types of blocks. So we've got some sandstone, we've got some oak here and there. We do use acacia for the trapdoors, for the fence, and for the pillars. But I thought this looked really, really good, and it uses that sort of cobblestone early starter house feel that a lot of places around here actually have, and I thought it blended in very, very well with all of that. And then we have my old spooky mine, which is where my mine was. I've sort of decorated it up with some bamboo. This is a cool trick, by the way. If you put string on top of bamboo, it will stop it from growing. So you can make it look like just reeds or sticks or things that are sort of, or maybe old trees that have died around your outdoor builds. So we've got my house there, and my house on the inside is a very simple kind of thing. I do love the sign around the fence kind of look to make archways. It's also very good for making Tory arches, which, by the way, if you're interested, I have a how to make Tory arches video on my channel. It's only a few minutes long. Feel free to go watch that. Inside is just a very simple little layout. We've got some touches here with like the rails on top of the furnace to make it look like an oven. We've got some fish on a board. We've got a little chimney that goes up here with an actual campfire burning to make it look like there's smoke coming out of it. Some storage, barrels, bed, basic kind of stuff. Very basic early game kind of build. Across the bridge, and once again, I want you to look at the beauty that is this bridge. I love the way these bridges look with the campfires here to make it look like almost rails, like they're old rail lines or something. It's a really neat look. Across the bridge, we have Gabi's house. If you know me, notice Gabi used an absolute minimum of acacia in his build because he hates acacia. And I guess I can't say I blame him because there's certain types of wood that I just can't really work with either. And Gabi's a good builder too. I don't know why he says that he's just sort of a jack of all trades kind of guy, because I like his build style a lot. Downstairs here we have storage, we have furnace array over in the corner, infinite water source, vine farm, all the things you'd expect to find in sort of a starter, maybe not starter house, but in a basic kind of build that you're going to be going back to over and over and over again. The lighting, I really like the lanterns. There we go. I need to get that out of my mouth. The lantern lighting. This is a really cool effect on the table. I love the using these blocks as tables. They're very cool. We have a kitchen over here, which looks like a kitchen, which is awesome. I think it's very neat looking with cake, complete with cake. I want to steal some cake. No, I'm not gonna steal any cake. And a refrigerator. because you need a refrigerator. So that is Gabi's house. And then moving along, we have a few things that Gabi has over here. We have Ye Old Fishing Shacks. This is Gabi's AFK fish farm over here. We have the sugarcane farm manual. We have a manual bamboo farm. We have Gabi's first house that he built when he got here. So this was his original shack. Complete with mine that goes all the way down to Y11, of course. What's he got in the box anyway? Ooh, bunches of stuff that we probably don't need. Okay. This is his first little house that he built when he got here just to give himself a place to live. We have some sheep. We have some cows. We have another bridge going across to some other builds. And we're going to go take a look at those right now. And this is Knox's house. So Knox Survives was the person that joined right after I did on the server. So Knox was the fifth person on the server to join. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there for the opening video because of real life things that were going on. But Knox is an amazing builder. I mean, just look at this house. It's gorgeous. It uses acacia and sandstone in the best possible way to give you sort of that offset of color so you're not like over acacia or anything like that. And he's also playing around with different street lamp ideas. This was mine that I put in just to take a look at it. This is actually a design from Wells Night that I tried to sort of TryCraftify, and I don't know how successful I was, but some of the stuff he's playing around with here is just really beautiful. It's minimalist, and I really like it. Just some of the things that he's got going on here with the way he's got things set up. Because if you come up here, these are all bottom slabs. He doesn't have to worry about lighting it up. His hedges are fantastic. I love this trick with the full composter to make it look like roots in sort of a pot. And then you go inside, and it's nothing, I mean, it's nothing spectacular. It's nothing amazing, but just the way that he's got it set up, it's this minimalist kind of architecture that I just love doing in Minecraft. And he's given himself a lot of room. One of my hallmarks of my designs is they look great on the outside sometimes, but I don't give myself enough room on the inside of the builds to do things like decorate and do interiors. And then you go upstairs here, we have his second floor. We have his bed up here, of course. He's going to be constantly working on this, by the way, so it's not a finished product at this point. But I love the diagonals. I mean, diagonals are so hard to do in Minecraft. Build in diagonals, it's so difficult. And he's done it. He's made it look really easy, just the way he's done it here. And then you go out onto his porch, which is a great view of the rest of TryTown. The blocks here, the way he's done the alternating slabs for a railing, is great. It's really, really, really well done. So this is Knox's house, and I love this design. I wish I could just steal this house from him. And then over here we have Tired Pamster's build. So Tired Pamster joined directly after Knox, and she is the second to the latest person to join. Flash Rabbit Plays also joined just recently. But Pam has built her house here. She already got a illager head, of course. She's also built in diagonals, which, once again, she just makes it look easy. And it infuriates me when people make things like this look easy, because I know they're not. And I can't do it. I gave her a sort of a welcome box that had a lot of stone brick and other stuff in it, like an iron pickaxe and things like that. And I love the fact she incorporated so much of the stone brick into this build, because much like Knox's house over there, she's used a block that's a totally different color, totally different texture, just to offset the acacia-ness of the build, because acacia can get kind of wearing on you after a while. Just, it's so bright and vibrant. It's good that it's bright and vibrant, but it can tend to sort of give you eye fatigue after a bit, once you've looked at it a bit. So she's very, very basic build, very simple build. She's got a couple of little tables, bed. And then downstairs she has made, if I can get down there we go, ladders, furnace array and storage, along with her mine that goes down to Y11 down here. So she's still working on this too. I love this, the lighting she's got in here. It's a really cool build idea, I think. But we really do try to come back here with a regular basis and just build on things and improve stuff at TryTown, because TryTown is where everything really began when you get right down to it, as far as making this a server for multiple people, as far as making it feel like a community and feel like an SMP server. TryTown's really where it started at. And because of that, that's one of the reasons that I wanted to build this next thing, as sort of a nod to that, and as sort of a thank you to everyone on the server for having me here. And that is the town hall. And the town hall, I could not be happier with the way this is coming out. I mean, just look at, we're going to land on top of Gabi's house here just so I can show you a little bit closer. The town hall is outstanding. So this town hall is based on a real-life town hall in Boliville, North Carolina. It's a small town hall. It's a small town. but it's based on sort of the design of that. It's a very kind of just basic Romanesque build, but instead of using brick, we've used acacia, and then I've used the sandstone, the quartz, the iron, and the oak bits here to sort of offset that and detail it. So once again, it's not over acacia. It's not acacia in your face. As far as what we're putting together over here. So I'm really happy with that. I cannot take credit for most of this. Like this landscaping out here that's been done, the design touches, like the bamboo trick I've used the bushes, the sweet berries. So some of those are mine. But to be honest, the landscaping and a lot of the design can be credited to Tired Pamster. She did a fantastic job on making this look like I saw in my head when I was thinking about the build for this. I really think it's come together exceptionally well. The interior, right now, a little sparse. The left side I'm leaving open because I want to get everyone together to figure out what we want to do as a server for putting in here. Do we want like a museum? Do we want maps? Do we want sort of a library? What exactly do we want? Because we can make this 2 floors too, because we do have room to... Oh God! Hold on. We can make this 2 stories and make it 2 levels and sort of give us an idea of what we want to do there. But this was my idea, and I thought it looks exactly like I had envisioned it in my head. And so rarely am I able to do that in Minecraft. I'm able to make things come out looking exactly like I had actually envisioned them. And this is the town hall, the sort of the city council chambers. As you notice, we've got areas up here where all of the TryCrafters can sit and when we discuss server-related matters. So we've got Gabi and Scousy and Mama get the positions up front because they were the first 3. Myself on the left, Knox on the right, Pamster, and Flash Rabbit plays. And the fantastic thing about this is you can, if I can get it right, there we go. You can actually sit in the chairs to sit around and debate whatever the items of the day are, or whatever it happens to be. And that's pretty much everything in TryTown at this point. We've got the town hall, we've got all the individual builds, we've got some of the more cool communal things, and now it's time to go check out some of the other places on the server that are more centric to the people who are building them. So my base, Scousy, and everyone else. So let's go check all those out as well. I would look at Flash Rabbits, but I believe he is saving his for his video that's going to be coming out soon. So I don't want to spoil that for his video. So we're going to sort of leave him out of it for right now. But we're going to go check out some other bases on the server. Starting, I think, with... let's start with Gabi's, because Gabi is right next door. So we're going to go take a look at that first. And here we are at Gobspit's base, which is an underwater base right next to an ocean monument. Notice we got a conduit out there. I helped him clear out a little bit of the ocean monument. He's got a little bit of a map here. So, you know, you are, there we go. You are here, pretty much, for the most part. And then, oh yeah, there's spawn. So it's just right over here from spawn, a little bit to the west of it. But this is a really cool base because it's all done underwater. If you've never done an underwater base before, I highly recommend going out to one of my old Derpcraft episodes way back in the day where I made an underwater base using sand to hollow out an area and then cover it in glass, and then was able to go in and sort of clear out everything on the inside. That was right after 1.13 hit, by the way. So it's just go over my old videos. Maybe I'll even have it linked in the description down below. So to give you sort of an idea how to do something like this. But he has done this on a very large scale. So if we go downstairs here, we've got basically a do not enter sign here that he's working on that. But you've got a series of domes that he's built underwater, looking out of like something out of, you know, Deep Star 6 or Leviathan or something. Oh, that's right. He has a slime farm downstairs. I forgot about that. I'm like, why do I hear slimes? That's why. You go into the main atrium, I guess you'd call this, and it is absolutely this gorgeous kind of build that he's got. So it's a very organic looking build that he's put together here. So it's not like a research dome or something that's completely artificial on the bottom of the ocean or anything like that. It feels like basically a biosphere dome like you'd see in movies. If you've ever seen the movie Silent Running, it really reminds me of that, where you've got this area that's just, it's overgrown, you've got animals, it's a very kind of rustic, futuristic, I guess you'd say, kind of build here, because he's got like his manual cactus farm, he's got some sweet berries, he's got this tree that also doubles as his house. So if you go inside here, you notice you've got a cat, and then you've also, does this cat have a name? No name. No name on the cat. But he's also got some storage in here. Dragon head on the wall, of course, because you got to have that. Bed, tables, and then you go upstairs, and you've got the top of the tree base that he's sort of still working on a little bit, which I think is really cool. So it's a tree house, effectively, what he's built here. But he's built it in such a way that it's not... It doesn't look artificial. It looks like something that's a natural kind of thing. So, which I really like. And you got the chorus fruit over here, naturally growing, the sugarcane. I really like these sort of natural builds where everything is, yeah, it's manual, but it looks good. And that's the coolest thing about it, I think. And he's got, different types of trees and stuff. So it really looks like some sort of dome that you'd make to go survive an apocalypse or something like that. And then over here, we've got some other domes that he's working on. These are all domes that he has made. And, ooh, I really like this architecture. That's cool. With his beacon there, that's neat. That's a neat idea. I might have to steal that. So he's made all these other domes for his patrons. So he's got GW890's dome. He's got Naryu's dome. So Naryu has a little contemplation glade where it's just some chairs and some flooring, and just you can look up and see cool stuff. And then you've got JW's Peaceful Pastures, where it's just very kind of farmy and rustic, and I love this. That's really neat. With a sheep, one sheep. So he's got that here. And then down here on the far end, he has the Ocean Monument. And this is where he's going to have his guardian farm, basically. His guardian grinder will be in here when all is said and done. So he can just literally walk down a corridor to go get ridiculous amounts of experience rather than having to go over to the Ender in the end or go to any of the grinders that we've got built on the server. He just walks down the hallway to get to his personal guardian farm, which is just awesome. So down here in the bottom, we actually have his more industrial area that he's got built, which is, once again, very nicely decorated. It's minimalist, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with minimalist decorations in Minecraft. If you like that kind of thing, do it. There's no reason to be ashamed of doing things like that. Now, he does have a storage problem, in that this is an auto-sorted storage system that he's got here. And it stores a lot of stuff. But then he has, over in the corner, he has the shulker box chest monster, where he's got just random stuff floating around, which happens. I mean, it happens to me occasionally. I just clear it up all off cam. And then over here, we've got the automated farms that he's still working on in this area as far as getting it sort of filled in to make it look more like the rest of his base. So always a work in progress. Everything on the server really is a work in progress at this point. Nothing is really truly complete. Fabulous base. Really like it. It's really well done. It's really well done and well put together. And it's like I said, it must have taken forever to hollow all this out just using sand, but he did. And it looks super cool from over here too, with that dome in the distance. That's awesome. All right, more bases. And next up is Knox Survives and his area that he's building, which he has called Knox Landing. Knox Landing, get it? Like Knots Landing, the old series. Never mind, you're not old enough for that. Or maybe you are. Who knows? But this is the area that he has put together once he got done with his TryTown build, which is this... Oh, those are new. I've been here once, but we gotta go look at those. But it's basically a big beach resort, is what he's built here. So you can go look at the map he's got. He's got his houses. He's got these little beach huts that he's put together. He's got a big house that he's working on at the back here. And he's got a to-do list. So he's got build villas, move livestock, terraform beach, and so on and so on and so on. I don't want to ruin too much of the stuff in his video, so I'm just going to go look at the beach huts here. So these are the ones that I've seen. He's got a little rail line running to him, and he's working on his house back there, which is going to look just absolutely gorgeous, I think. It's going to be amazing. But he's got these little beach houses that all of them have a slightly different floor plan and a slightly different design, which I think is really cool. Because when you're building something like this, and I've built them before, your first instinct is to, oh, they're going to be villager houses. This is awesome. That's such an awesome idea. What do you have to offer here? Oh, you got potatoes and that. Okay, fair enough. Your first instinct when you're doing something like this, when you're building like a villa or a resort, is to make a bunch of similar looking builds, which is what I did on MC Harmony when we did sort of a tourist town for new people joining, and I made a bunch of these like kitschy little tourist trap kind of homes for them. For all the new people on the server. They were supposed to be like it was supposed to be like a tourist, like a beachside tourist trap kind of thing. What's in the box? Stuff. Okay. So they were supposed to look kind of identical because that's just kind of the way you see a lot of those little kind of, beach tourist attraction places look. So, but he has made three totally different designs for his beach houses. So he's got one over there with a lot of fence using oak as the main building material. Over here he's got like spruce, oak, and birch. This one he's used jungle wood, oak, and spruce for the build. I mean, it's just the attention to detail he's got in these is just amazing. And I love the bridges. The bridges are great. The bridges are just fantastic as far as I'm concerned. They look just beautiful. And then of course he's got like the normal stuff you'd have when you're building a base. He's got his chest monsters over here because he's got a very simple super smelter, which is mumbo jumbo design, I believe. That's one that I build in all my worlds as well. A manual but efficient sugarcane farm, the way he's got it built, so you can just run through and grab everything. A mine, of course. Nether wart, lots and lots of sheep because he's using white wool for a lot of different stuff. And then he's got these little villas over here, which it looks like he's working on right now, that are just beautiful. I mean, I love the stairs. I love the way that they're built. I love the look. I mean, he's got like the area under here. He's got a zombie on fire. And there he is as well. And there he is now. There's Knox the man himself. Hello, Knox. Hello. And I just got Knox's permission to show all these builds off. So, I mean, it's so... He's such a good builder. He's so much better at... Why are there cows in the house? Oh, okay. He's so much better at this than I am. It's frightening when you see someone who has this level of skill just sort of naturally, and you're, struggling to make ovals and things in Minecraft, and he's got all this, which is just outstanding. Oh, it's an automatic cow farm. Oh, so he does that and it just goes down there. Oh, that's a cool idea. Nice. And then you go over here and he's got yet another build. It's this one. So these are going to be similar builds. In fact, it looks like these are basically identical builds these might be just various automated farms and stuff. So we go upstairs and it looks like we're still kind of waiting on what's going to be in here. But it's such, I mean, this is such a good design, and like the roof, I struggle to make roofs like this. I've tried a number of times. But, I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. It's just stair, block, block, stair, block, block, stair, block, block, stair. It shouldn't be that difficult, but it really is. And I don't know if you've ever tried to build something like this, where you're building one of these really steeply pitched roofs. It's really hard to get it right, and I don't know why. But he just, like, he's over there building the third one. Just doing it. Just naturally doing it. No big deal. Just put that together. So he's putting together a third one here. So that's awesome. So that is 2 of the 7 down, although we're not going to be doing Flash Rabbit because he's too new, and I don't think he's posted his video yet, so I'm not going to share anything he's got built yet. But we are going to go look at a few other people, so here we go. And the next person on the schedule is Tired Pamster. Now, I just did a sort of a tour of Pamster's main base that she's got out in that flower forest just a few episodes ago, so I'm not going to go over that one because that was just recently. But we are going to take a look at this one here. So she went out of her way to find a swamp because she loves the swamp biome, especially because she likes this really bright, vibrant green grass. So she made this. This is a Japanese-inspired castle that she's putting together here in the swamp biome, and she's added more detail to it since I've been here, and it looks fantastic for this, for what she's got built here. I mean, it's obviously still work in progress. She's still working on it. But I mean, she's got, oh, look at this. She's got like a koi pond. That is so cool. She have another one over here. She has 2. Oh, it's so cool. And she's got cats, of course, and these cats are named. So you've got Papercut and Batman. Over here is these cats. She has cats stationed everywhere around her base because she hates creepers. And when she builds something like this, you'd understand why. I mean, I've made Japanese-inspired castles before. On the DangerCraft server, I did a replica of Monogame Castle from, I want to say, Kyoto. And it was nice, and I liked it. And it just looks kind of dated now, but it was a fun build, and I enjoyed it, and I'm still proud of it. Hers is 1,000 times better than what I did. It really is. It is such a cool look that she's done here. I'm using the loom block as supports because they go so well with everything else here. There's one cat around here you've got to see as well. Hang on. And the bone blocks on the outside, that's a cool effect. with, I'm guessing this goes to her mine. I'm not going to poke around too much here. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Balgrok the Destroyer. That was my suggestion for the name of one of her cats. But yeah, it's such a cool build. And then she's got all the normal things. She's got it's a manual but very efficient sugarcane farm. She's got a semi-automatic kelp farm, which is a really cool idea. I really like that. Her tree farm, which is sort of an upgrade to the Avomance Redstoneless tree farm, that he's done a couple of different videos on. And then if you go inside here, you've got, we have a paddock with some donkeys now. Well, that's nice. She's got 2 donkeys, a bunch of mob heads, including a slime head. Those are so cool. If you ever wanted to cosplay as Jevin, there you go. She's got, I think this is trash, so you can just toss stuff that you don't want down there, all the different blocks. Bunch of furnaces. I really need to give her a super smelter array. I don't think she knows how to make those. She's very much a builder first and redstoner like ninth. She's not a fan of redstone, and I totally understand that because I was not for a long time either. So she has a lot of building answers to problems versus redstone answers to problems. Nothing wrong with that. There's no reason you have to use redstone if you don't want to use redstone. But I've already told her I'd help her put together a storage system amongst other things if she's interested in having those. So, but I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful design. Absolutely gorgeous design. Really love the Eastern, the Japanese inspired architecture we've got here. It's just so cool. All right. Next. And next is Scousies, and as you can tell, I got attacked by zombies as soon as I walked out, which is pretty much, standard operating procedure for Scousie. That's just kind of what happens around his place. So, but we do have a Scousie's base here. Now, you've seen this in a couple of different episodes where I've come over and hung out with him for various different reasons, helping him with his 1,000 subscriber special and such. Oh, he's got it done. No, we have to go look at that. So we're not going to look too much at the house, although the house is gorgeous. So that's his house, and it is absolutely just this gorgeous modern build. Very cool looking. He's got a pool with a bunch of, sun loungers, which is great. And then you go inside here, and, he's cleaned this wall up. Well, how about that? Got some great interior decoration touches that Mama has helped him put in here. But that is something we've seen in a lot of my different videos, but what we have not seen... the wool farm, of course, cow farm, a village that he's working on right now, repopulating, but this is something we have not seen yet, and that is the yacht that he made. And this thing, I mean, just look at this. It's so... I watched him sort of building this on a couple of streams. I mean, just look, it's so cool. Now, obviously, he hasn't lit it up yet. He's got to work on that. But, I mean, he's got the main portions of it done. We've got the deck, we've got... Does he have an underground area? He does. And he's down here. He's got the stone cutters that he's been working on. And he's got living areas here and observation windows. I mean, it's so good looking. It's such a cool design. And he does a lot of work off camera as far as stuff for his patrons and supporters, building statues and things like that. I think he's got 6 statues now. So he's got a ton of stuff that he's doing outside of his base and outside of the areas that he's working. So he does a lot of work on different stuff, not only around his base, but also around the servers in general. So that is Scousie's place. And I love his portal here too. Let's move along. And here we are at Mama's base. This is Mama Bear's base that she's got on her giant floating iceberg thing that everything is covered in ice and really hard to walk around on. And this is one I haven't visited that much recently, just simply because a lot of the stuff we've been doing together, we've been doing at TryTown and other places. But she's been adding more and more to this as time goes on. She's planning on building pretty much a giant ice castle that's going to go around all of this, I believe, is the ultimate plan. But for right now, she's just sort of putting everything together here. So, of course, she has her white, blue, and cyan sheep because she needs those for all the different builds she does here. This is a really cool design here. These little arches that are made out of wool. That's really neat looking. I would go into her house, but it's really hard to get in. Let me see if I can actually pull this off here. I did. How about that? Oh, dear God in heaven, what has she done in here? It's just the shulker boxes of doom. Chest monsters must leave. And then over here she has a custom enchanting setup. Got in the door, yay. Where she's got her enchanting stuff and books on the wall and sort of a brewing station over here with an infinite water source, which is cool. I mean, once again, Mama is also very much a builder versus a redstone kind of person. Come on, there we go. So she uses building to solve a lot of her problems that she has with her base. So once again, nothing wrong with that. It's just the way it works. So this pumpkin farm up here, I built for her. She chose the the blocks as far as the decoration went, but this is a melon and pumpkin farm, pretty standard design that I use in a lot of my different worlds. She's got some, actually it's just pumpkins, that's right, it's not melons, but she's got, 2 stacks of pumpkins in there. She doesn't AFK much at her base, so I think that's why she, and I told her, is like, this is a passive farm, you need to AFK around it or just be wandering around and it'll make stuff for you. So she was pretty happy with it, but yeah, not as efficient as the one I have because I AFK at mine a lot. So, and then if we go flying down the stairs here, we're going to come across, this is sort of her kind of building area that she's working on right now. So there's a statue that's going to be going up in the background here. There's this custom tree, which is amazing. And then where did her, I knew, oh, there it is over there. We'll have to go see that. Over there, I believe that is her creeper farm, I want to say. This is her automated storage system. You'll recognize it because it's pretty much exactly like the one that I have. And you'll recognize that it looks like the one I have because I built it. Well, okay, technically she built half of it. I built the other half, and I put in the water elevator for her. So that she doesn't have to worry about having to have a platform up there to dump stuff into a box that goes across there. And she's going to be building the rest of this out with the chests on this side, so she'll have a decently sized storage system over here. I really like the way it looks. The only thing I don't like is the fact that it's so hard to maneuver here because of all the ice on things. So that's the only issue that I have with that. But it's a gorgeous base. She's got a lot of really cool things going on here, and she's once again constantly work in progress. Many things on this server are work in progress. We just we don't have all the time in the world. We're not, unfortunately, we don't have the time that people on, say, Hermitcraft or TryCraft or some of these other servers have where they do this, full time. We do this as sort of our side gig, and because we enjoy doing it. But because of that, you're not going to see as much progress as you might see in some other Minecraft YouTubers, just because we got other things going on. And we got kids, we got lives, we got jobs, but even with that, we're still able to do some very beautiful things on the server, I think. All right, so that was everyone. That only leaves one base. And you guessed it, that base is my base. So as you can see, I haven't done a whole lot on it since the last time we were here. It's still pretty much kind of the same as it was, since we're still working on the town hall and some other projects that we've got at Spawn that we're working on. So it's still where it's at, which is, not necessarily bad, because I've got some projects I've been working on Spawn that I'm really happy with, like the town hall. But it is still coming along, and we have to do some more work on it this week. Of course, we got the creeper farm off in the distance there, and then just very quickly, because you've seen this so many times in my videos, I'm not going to sit here and basically show you everything that I've built all over again, because you've seen it all from beginning to end, more than likely. So just as a very quick overview, let's run inside here on my new those that I put in because I was tired of creepers showing up in my nether. With the interior of the base, which I'm still very pleased with the way this is turning out. I love the epic feel of how tall this thing is. I love the design touches we've got in here. The library is one of the things I think I'm the most proud of, maybe building ever in Minecraft. It's such I love the way it looks. We've got customs, we've got the elevators that go down to the underhive where all the farms are, the cartographer's area, which I'm also very happy with, the sort of mass storage, the auto smelter. So just all of the things that you've seen in my videos, but just understand that we're still working on this. I just took a little bit of a break to work on some other things. And that's one of the things that I think I mentioned in one of my videos, is that long projects sometimes are going to seem really, really daunting, especially when you're talking about something that's this big that you're building. So have some small projects interspersed throughout there. Have other little things that you're working on, like my ice cream shop, the town hall, just some little projects I can work on here and there to sort of give myself a break from this, because after a while you just sort of be like, I don't want to do that today. Well, then don't do that today. Go out and do something else, which is what I've been doing here occasionally. I still think I'm most proud of this, the leatherworker shop, and just the way it came out. I love the way it looks. I love the feel of it. the little, reflecting pool and the walking paths over here with this neat little fountain. I love everything about this base. I cannot truly say that I've ever built a base that I was happy with almost everything that I had built in it in one way, shape, or form. That I was happy with everything as far as the way it looked from the outside, from the inside, the decorative touches, the detailing. I have never had one build on any server or any single player world that I've ever been as happy with as I have been with this. It is coming together almost exactly like I had envisioned in my head, which is really saying something, because I have a really hard time sometimes translating what's in my brain to the real world here. Well, real being in Minecraft, real-ish, sort of real. So I have a very hard time of translating those images in my head into something that I can build. And in this particular case, we have. And I'm really, really proud of this. Just like I'm really, really proud of the fact that I'm almost 250 subscribers. I'm really proud of the fact that I was invited to the server in the first place. And I owe Mama and Gabi and Scousey a huge debt of gratitude for allowing me to come on here and just hang out with them and enjoy their communities and mix all of our communities together and come up with this eclectic mess that is chaotic and wonderful that we call TryCraft. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you did, please make sure to hit the like button on your way out the door. Just press it gently. Don't smash it. You don't want to ruin it for everyone else. And if you really enjoyed it and you have not yet, consider subscribing to my channel and following me over on Twitter and Twitch. I'm Akoto Kusumoto in all of those places. In fact, if you find Akoto Kusumoto, you have found me. So follow me on all the things. Come over to one of our Twitch streams one of these nights. I usually stream on Twitch from Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays, as well as on the weekends from 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time on the weekdays. And then on the weekends, it just kind of depends on what my schedule looks like. It could be in the middle of the day. It could be a little bit later in the evening. It just really kind of depends. So keep an eye on Twitter, as I'll always announce when I'm going to be going live there. But whatever you do tonight, make sure you go out, play some games, have some fun, and I'll see you all again real soon. Have a good night.